at the beautiful Spring Hill High School, Spring Hill, Kansas, for a third place matchup between the Spring Hill and between Sumner Academy. I'm with my co-host, Brian Watson.
Good evening, Coach.
Good
to be back.
It's great to be back. Did we think we'd see this matchup yesterday?
I didn't think I would see Sumner playing for third place tonight.
I didn't either. I wanted to see my KCK fellows get in, but we do have a later game tonight with Piper from KCK that'll be playing for the championship.
Representing.
Yes, sir. Well, let's talk about how we got here. Yesterday's game was between Piper and between Sumner.
Right.
We were here, we did the game. Tell me what you thought.
Well, I thought Piper executed well. I thought their offense was to the T. They got exactly what they wanted on most possessions. They played great defense when it mattered. And I think he wants to be on television too. But they executed well toward the end. The team that executed the best at the end of the game won the game. Although they won by 10, I think they won by 10 points last night, Piper did. But
9.
They won by 9, but they executed well. They didn't fumble after, when the game got tight for them, they didn't fumble at all.
I think one of the big keys for Sumner is when Alex Garvin got in foul trouble and had to sit for so much in the second half.
Right.
Yeah. And then CJ, point guard, Calvin Johnson. Even though he said in the first half, he was able to come out in the second half, made big free throws. Clutch free throws in the fourth quarter to bring them that 61-52 game. Now, Sumner, they defeated Metro Academy in the first round. A blowout, 71-20.
Right.
That's how they got to the second round game, and now they're here playing for third against the hometown Spring Hill.
Spring Hill.
There we go.
Watch out.
Spring Hill got here by playing a very explosive Eisenhower team.
Right.
62-52 was their score. We were here for that game. Spring Hill, you said a few things. What'd you think about them yesterday?
Spring Hill got off to a slow start. I thought it was going to be a blowout in the beginning, but then Spring Hill got their composure together. They started running their offense. They slowed the game down just as much as they could, but at times the game got away from them. So when the game got away from them, they lost control of it.
It did.
When they got control of the game, they looked like a bona fide team, a contender.
They did. I thought they had to keep scores close on yesterday because it looked like it was getting out of hand, but Spring Hill never got rattled, never gave up, and they came back.
Right.
They even got it under 10.
They got under 6 points.
Correct. And then they just didn't have enough firepower.
They didn't have
too much Evans.
Right.
Too much Evans.
Did you get your dose of Evans last night?
I got a dose. I'm waiting for another dose tonight.
Oh my goodness.
He'll be in our championship game. Now, who I'm really looking forward to seeing is a freshman from Spring Hill, the Broncos, Ivan Hughes.
Okay.
That was the freshman that they put on Evans last night. He showed explosiveness. He showed being able to move his feet. I thought he was one of the best defenders that they have on Spring Hill as a freshman.
He did his job for the time period. He actually slowed Evans down a little bit. He made Evans take some shots that he probably shouldn't have taken. He missed them. That was good defense to me. Forced the ball out of his hands. He kept the ball out of his hands a couple of times, a couple of trips down the court. But ultimately, Evan was a little bit too much for him. And he just took over, he used his experience, and got to the championship game. 32 points last night.
32. I talked to Coach O'Neal after the game, and one of the things that he said is he thought they were faster than them and that they were a little more athletic, and he wanted to slow the game down.
Right.
He was trying to do what they do best. And that's what I think will help them against this game in Sumner.
I agree.
If they do their thing, do what they can do best,
right.
I believe they got a chance against Sumner, especially with the big news that Sumner's Deion Tripp caught the flu today and didn't even make the trip today.
Wow.
Their senior leader, the jump-off man,
not
man. Here. How does Sumner respond?
They have to find somebody on that bench like we talked about that's going to fill in for Deion. That point guard. Maybe that point guard is hidden on that bench somewhere and they'll find him tonight. But they need a point guard to run their offense. You just can't can't expect your outside shooting to fall every night because some nights you're going to have bad shooting nights. So if you can't get somebody who's going to penetrate and dish or penetrate and finish, you might be in for a long night, Coach.
So I think they're really looking for Joel Daniels.
I think they are.
Last night he did a great job of getting in the lane and being able to serve his team. I want to see what the new man starting in place of Jalen Womack.
Jalen Womack.
He gets to start tonight. I want to see how he does.
Well, we'll see. I coached him in the 7th grade, Coach.
Okay.
So hopefully.
We'll see what your coaching brought about.
I hope he does me proud, Coach.
Okay. We got a 3rd place matchup between the 6 and 5 Broncos and the 5 and 6 Sabres. All right? And we'll be right back after these messages.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
we've got your back.
You have ours.
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
You gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
David Brock's live. Spring Hill Invitational. Joined by my partner in crime, Vernon Birmingham. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, sir.
We've got a double header for you guys tonight. We're here for the 3rd place game. Sumner Academy versus the Spring Hill Broncos. Sumner Academy faced off against the Piper Pirates yesterday. Have to look at it that the Pirates outlasted Sumner yesterday. A lot of foul trouble. A lot of offensive rebounds, sloppy play, but a good game overall from both squads. Alex Garvin for Sumner Academy.
So far for Spring Hill, we have Matthew Smith, Sam Jesberg, number 12, Niles Kahn, the 6'8 senior in the starting lineup. Chris Bybee, 5'9 junior. And rounding out the starting 5 for Spring Hill.
I guess big note to start this game. Deion Tripp not in the starting lineup. In fact, I don't see him on the bench either.
Yeah. But we did see Jalen Womack.
Sumner Academy makes some noise. The student section here for Spring Hill. The Broncos, who we saw face off against Eisenhower. The Eisenhower Tigers, who we'll see a little bit later on tonight.
So the Bears are going to have the national anthem.
This is David Brock. We'll be right back after the national anthem.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
You gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
The next great entrepreneur is out there. A person with a passion to turn an idea into a business, create jobs, grow the economy, and change the way we live, work, and play. The next great entrepreneur is out there. Will it be you? An entrepreneur with an idea can change the world. Get started now at willitbeyou.com.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming
David Roxburn and Birmingham. Hendu Productions in the house here at Spring Hill for the third place game between the Sumner Academy Sabres and the Spring Hill Broncos. The band is loud. We are fever pitched for a third place ball game. Dion Tripp, not in uniform here today. Damian Womack will take his place in the lineup. Derek Sykes will go up against Kahn for the Spring Hill Broncos. Niles Kahn, the 6'8" senior tip will be controlled by Spring Hill.
Sumner Academy opens up in man-to-man defense.
Jesberg, cross court, Kahn hands it off to Smith. Corner shot is good, three-pointer.
Wide open, Chris Bybee for three.
Spring Hill sets up that press. We saw that a lot the other night. Last night, Womack out top against Jesper. Daniels on the wing. He'll pull a three. Unable to answer Sykes. Up tall for the rebound by the freshman. Womack will pull a three. Good.
Great offensive rebound there by Derek Sykes. Got the ball, kept it high.
Bobby in the wing feeds the big man who turns into the lane. Good. Quick start for the Broncos. They fell down 12 or 13 to nothing last night to the Tigers. Able to get on the board here early against Sumner. Womack working against Bybee. Garvin pull-up jump shot is no good. Another offensive rebound to be claimed by the Sabres. Daniels drives baseline floater is up and no good. Daniels off right. Over the back, Leandre Edwards.
Now I was just going to say Sumner's been doing a great job early on with offensive rebounds. At that time, they got Edwards over the back.
We'll go back with the Broncos. Jesberg moves into the front court against Joel Daniels, the senior from Sumner Academy. Bybee back out top to Smith. Drives into the lane. Good help defense. Reset with the big man. He drops it down. Left hand, no good. Block.
Big block by Sykes.
Up ahead, Garvin's going to be unable to save it. Turnover for the Sumner Academy Sabres.
And the last time I saw Sumner play was against Harmon last week, and we saw a lot of unforced turnovers there. So good job by Derek Sykes to get the block. Opportunity for Sumner to get out on a break, which is probably what they want to do, and they threw it right out of bounds.
Bybee in the corner to Jesberg, who drives baseline. Drops it back out to Kahn, who's able to save it. Johnson. Bad pass out top. That'll be a turnover for Spring Hill.
You know, and one thing that I saw in that last possession, the freshman Sykes did a good job of staying on his feet. Number 23 there for Spring Hill attempted to do the pump fake, and you know most freshmen might get happy, get aggressive, and get up in the air. So he did a good job and forced that turnover.
Daniels taking over the point guard. Womack, elbow jump shot is good. Quick start for Womack.
5 early points for Womack.
Jesberg comes back the other way for the Broncos. Smith bodies his way in, up no good. Good defense by Alex Garvin. Rebound to Derek Sykes. Daniels into the front court against Smith. Garvin for three. Gonna get called for a travel. shuffled his feet a little bit.
He did, but he still had a wide open look, and you know Garvin's been shooting lights out the last couple of games, so that's a shot that he's going to even want to knock down, even though he got called for the travel, and start seeing the ball go through the basket.
Bybee dribbles back out top for Spring Hill. Smith comes off the screen, hand off to Bybee, who drives in. Baseline floater is good. Press set up. Sumner's able to go into the front court without much problem. Womack back out top to Daniels to reset. Drops it down to Edwards against the big man. Block.
And Edwards kind of got bailed out because he had no shot there. He's kind of fading away. Didn't even have a good look at it. He's just turned around and went right at him. But that is going to be an early foul on Khan for Spring Hill.
Mike White set to check in for Sumner Academy. Early first quarter. Good pace for this ball game. Edwards' first free throw is no good. White coming in for Edwards if he's able to knock this free throw down. How many times does the young man look overseas coming out on a free throw? Might miss it on purpose.
Looks like Kanan Clark, 6'2" junior, is going to enter for Spring Hill, as well as Ivan Hughes.
The freshman last night matched up against Evans from Eisenhower. No good on the second rebound, another offensive. But Khan again there for another. Was first block, he got called for a foul on the first one. Clark, good move in the lane, up, no good, rebound. DeAndre Edwards, bad pass, cut off by Bybee, up and good. Daniels pushes into the front court, good move. No foul call, will stay with Sumner Academy.
And again, another unforced turnover in the backcourt for Sumner. You know, Bybee was able to get the steal, easy layup, and early in this game, he's leading. He has 7 of the 9 points for Spring Hill.
Garvin out top against the freshman Hughes. Pull-up jump shot is good.
That's a tough shot.
2-point ball game. Bybee comes into the front court with Womack guard. Bybee, good defense by Sumner. Hughes goes to the hole, he'll get fouled.
So Alex Garvin there on the overplay, he's just missed a steal opportunity. The freshman Hughes, they got him listed at 6'3", attacked the basket aggressively, and he's going to get an opportunity to shoot 2.
Derek Sykes on the foul, his first. Hughes again was big in that second half where the Broncos were able to get a comeback. He knocks down his first free throw. Cole Lilich, the lefty, comes in for Spring Hill, taking the place of Johnson. Lake Johnson, the senior, takes a seat. The Broncos go real young when they go to their bench. Hodge is just a sophomore as well. Daniels into the front court. Played a lot of minutes yesterday against Piper. Womack, floater in the lane, no good.
Rebound by Hughes.
Hodge will bring it the other way. Daniels pressure, their sophomore.
Nice strong screen there.
Good steam.
Derek Sykes in the lane.
Unable to finish.
And that's what happens. You always say, use the glass, young fella. He might have got caught in between if you wanted to throw it down or do the finger roll.
Hodge into the corner for Hughes. Drops it down to Clark in the post against White. Out top. Bybee can't handle it. It'll be an unforced turnover. Another bad pass. Turnover back to the Sabres.
Kanan Clark went baseline there. Kind of got stuck. Tried to kick it back out. And Sumner's going to get an opportunity to cut into this 4-point Spring Hill lead.
Williams to the bucket. White up. Very popular play by Parra.
That was a good look there by Marshall on the inbounds play. Was able to get a back door on this guy. Nice dish off the White.
I called him Williams. That's Johnson. Johnson Marshall. We saw Benny Parker run that back play for
4 years. We'll see if this young sophomore is going to be able to somehow fill those shoes.
And already early, we see Sumner with 3 consecutive misses from the free throw line.
White, second free throw on the way. Gets it to rattle home. Good pace in this ball game to start it out. Both teams like to get up and down the court. Jesberg hands it off. Lillage, the lefty, drives into the lane. White challenges, good defense, gets the rebound. Daniels going the other way. Up ahead to Womack. Gets the body and one. Damian Womack.
You know, that was a nice pass by Joel Daniels. Threw it out a little bit late, but he was able to get it out there, and a good job there by Womack. Actually drew the contact himself and knew to get the ball up off the glass. And right now, you know, he's playing very strong for the Sabres.
11-10. Sumner now with Womack with opportunity. Tie the ball game. He does.
You know, we talked about no Dion Tripp this evening. We don't know the story about why he's not here, but right now, Womack's been stepping up big. You know, the 5'9" senior, he's been getting a little bit of minutes this year, but right now, early in this game, he has 10 points.
Andre Faison checks in. Smith in the corner, drops it down to the big man who can't handle. Jonas Marshall pushes into the front court. Womack on the wing. He's pulling for 3. No good, rolls out. Rebound by Kahn.
He's feeling it right now.
A little bit of a heat check for Womack. Out top Jesberg. Cross court Smith under the basket. Gets the body and one. Very nice move there by Matt Smith. Good body control, waited for the contact, and then went up and was able to finish.
Yeah, we're seeing that early from both sides, recognizing the position they're in, drawing contact, and doing it in a way that they can get the ball up off the glass.
Womack will take a seat. A well-earned rest for the early start. He's gotten off with 10 quick points. 10 of 11, you have to say he's doing his part.
I'll correct that, actually have him for 8 points.
Check that.
But still a strong first quarter.
Risky pass. Sykes is able to pull it back. Daniels pushes into the front court. Drops it for Faison, who could not finish the layup. Daniels back up. No good. White. Again, working the offensive rebound.
Another missed opportunity there. Another missed opportunity for Sumner. 3-on-2 break. Nice pass by Joel Daniels. He's just missing the bunny.
Bybee. Good hands there by Faison up ahead. Jonas Marshall. Blocked out of bounds. Chris Bybee on the block.
Yeah, good job of chasing it down there. No. Marshall thought he had a breakaway layup all to himself. Bybee chased it down. Went ahead and aggressively went for the block. But Sumner's going to get an opportunity to shoot 2 here.
I thought it was a straight block, so 2 free throws. We'll get the opportunity to finish. As he gets a little bit older, he might feel that person coming in behind him and work and get contact. Just as Womack did, the senior, a few moments ago. Marshall, second free throw coming. It's up and good. Jesberg comes into the front court for the Broncos. Hand off to Smith. Matt Smith, another senior on the squad. 3-pointer on the way. Good.
Bybee again. He's feeling it himself. And another unforced turnover. Spring Hill's doing a good job of running their offense right now. When they're kind of running a motion offense, and a couple of times now, Sumner's defenders have gotten lost in that process and allowing Bybee to knock down 2 3-pointers.
This official here is calling a little bit tighter. The players will have to adjust. Calling a very tight game.
Edwards is going to return for Sumner. Wilson played a strong couple of minutes there on the boards.
White picks up his second foul and will sit down. Double comes for Sumner. They swing it back out. Lake Johnson. Bybee. Sykes with good hands there to get it knocked away, but can't secure the ball. And it'll stay with the Broncos with an early 4-point lead here in the first quarter.
Actually, they called a foul there on the check by Matt Smith going into Sykes. So Sumner's going to be able to keep the ball with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter, where Spring Hill is leading 17-13 behind a strong first quarter by Chris Bybee.
Daniels takes the ball in, going the other way against Bybee with 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Johnson Marshall, Faison. Marshall reset against the big man. Sykes up, strong but can't finish. Lake Johnson with a rebound, and the Broncos look like they'll set up, run this clock down.
We've seen a few missed layup opportunities by Sumner here in the last few minutes.
Bybee out top with 6. He's gonna make a play for Spring Hill. They try to get it back to Bybee, who pulls up. No good.
I'd say why not with the first quarter. He had 10 points in this first quarter for Chris Bybee for Spring Hill.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
The next great entrepreneur is out there. A person with a passion to turn an idea into a business, create jobs, grow the economy, and change the way we live, work, and play. The next great entrepreneur is out there. Will it be you? An entrepreneur with an idea can change the world. Get started now at willitbeyou.com.
Sports Highlights Unlimited, Hendu Productions. Live here at the Spring Hill Invitational. Third place game between Spring Hill and our Sumner Academy Sabres. 17-13.
Story of the first quarter right now has been the point guard play from both sides. Chris Bybee and Jalen Woback both have stepped up big. You know, normally your point guards are the ones who get your offense going, but both guys are doing a good job of knocking down shots. 2 threes in that first quarter for Bybee, while Womack was able to knock down 1.
Quiet first quarter by Alex Garvin. Check in Jordan Young. Got B. Young's son getting some PT here. Womack out top.
And we see the jitters early.
Freshman getting his first PT at varsity, I think.
Coach is yelling, it's just a game, no different.
Out top Hughes against Garvin, who makes a move in the lane all the way. He's gonna get a foul. Jordan Young. That's the way to get yourself in the scorer's book.
They called that a shooting foul. Looks like he really got him out on the perimeter on the drive, but nevertheless, 2 free throws coming here for Ivan Hughes, the freshman.
First free throw on the way is good. Yeah, Spring Hill's got a lot to look forward to with this young man putting in this type of effort as a freshman. The second free throw is going to rattle off. Alex Garvin with a rebound. Daniels push the other way. Womack out top. Cross court Young. Back over to Womack. Alex Garvin for 3. It's going to be long. Ball knocked away, but secured by Spring Hill. Into the corner. Nick Reynolds checks in for the first time. Drops down to Kahn against Edwards. Turnaround jump shot. It's good. Timeout. Sumner Academy as they fall down now by 7. This is Xavier Brox. We'll be right back. Birmingham, Hendu Productions, bringing you live action here at the Spring Hill Invitational.
Right before the break, before the timeout, we saw Niles Khan with good position, get the ball down low. Even though they have him listed at 6'8", he's not 6'8". However, he still has a considerable size advantage on the defense.
Alex Garvin to trigger the ball in. Little bit of confusion. Here comes Joel Daniels to get it against the freshman Hughes. Daniels, good move into the lane, drops it to Edwards. He travels underneath. There'll be another turnover for Sumner.
Edwards kind of felt the pressure there with Khan again. He is maybe 6'5", but with his arm span, he could sit. He's easily 6'8" or 6'9", and force Edwards there into holding the ball.
Hodge against Young. Hodge, corner jump shot. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Joel the other way, 2-on-2. Daniels pulls up in the lane. Floater's no good. We'll go underneath.
And Joel Daniels probably wants that back. One-on-one. Opportunity. Just couldn't tell there on the shot if he was trying to go for the Fuller or off glass. Looked like he was kind of caught in between the two. And
the freshman checks out of the ball game. Jordan Young picks up his second foul of the half.
Sumner's going to need to get Alex Garvin going on the offensive end some way, somehow.
Hodge in the front court. Lillich, the lefty drives left. Bad pass, turnover. Joel Daniels again going the other way. Avoids contact, up, no good. Sykes, good tip. Unable to finish. They haven't made a signal yet. We'll stay underneath with Sumner.
The basket's not kindly right now to the Sabres.
Daniels triggers it in. Garvin. Daniels takes the screen, resets out top against Hodge. Corner for Garvin. Moves through. Pull-up jump shot is good.
Good rise and shoot there by Garvin, recognizing the matchup. This young man that has the ball right now for Spring Hill's a little guy, and I think Garvin saw that and took advantage of that matchup.
Lillich. Back out top. Reynolds resets with Lillich. Sykes, easy reach call. You're going to get that all day. He's going to have to sit back down. I don't know if that was his second or third. Second foul for Sykes. Cheap foul for the freshman to pick up there as Sumner continues to work in some players.
That foul's going to put Spring Hill into the bonus. The 1 plus the bonus. 5:28 to go here in the second quarter, so a long time of free throws here as Sumner keeps fouling.
First free throw, 1-1 is no good. Clark, clear over the back, no call. We'll go to Sumner.
Yeah, Coach Parr is wondering what's going on. He knows an easy over the back call. However, Sumner does keep possession.
Darion Bilberry checks in. Garvin. Sumner struggling a little bit to get the ball in. Womack gets called for a double. He knew it, but they had no choice. He had to at least try and see if they're going to call it as a knockdown ball. Ball turnover back to Spring Hill with a 5-point lead.
Right, he had no help coming, so he said, let me give it a shot, and if I get away with it.
Hodge, out top will pull three. Long shot off. Offensive rebound by Bybee. Blocked by Bilberry. Clark for Spring Hill recovers. Lillich, lefty for three, good. come back the other way. Sumner needs a run now. Bilberry drops it to Womack underneath Garvin. Turns down the three, drives into the lane, up. No good, he'll get 2 shots. As Lilich is unable to collect a charge call.
You know, I mentioned here a little bit ago, Alex Garvin's going to have to get going, and one of the reasons, you know, right now Sumner only has 1 or 2 guys that are even looking at the basket to get shots. We know Alex is one of those guys, so he's going to have to stay aggressive in order for Sumner to stay in this ball game. Every time Spring Hill's trying to get to that 10-point spot, Sumner finds a way to get baskets.
Garvin's first free throw is good. And we don't get baskets in KCK, Vernon, we get buckets.
Right now, Sumner not only needs to get some buckets, but they need to get stronger on the defensive end. And, you know, Spring Hill's getting quite a few open looks from beyond the three-point arc.
Second free throw from Garvin is true. And Sumner now sets up some pressure. Trapped in the corner, turnover. Garvin up and good. Here we go, they set it up now. Clark into the front court, long pass. Hodge. Lilich to pull another 3. No good, long. Rebound over the back. And I believe they'll be in the bonus. One and one coming up. Sumner can try and creep into this lead at the free throw line.
You know, good job there on the pressure by Sumner on that last, score. Is able to catch a trap there. Sykes was get the steal, drop it off to Alex Garvin to put in the easy layups. 4 quick points there for Alex Garvin within a 3-second span.
Garvin tried to sneak his way on the line, but they weren't having it. Mr. Bilberry would have to come into the line and do work, knock these down. Darion gave him some good minutes yesterday against Piper on the boards. First free throw on the way is good.
It's definitely positive right now to see Sumner knocking down free throws after struggling earlier. Missing 4 in a row. They've knocked down a handful in a row.
Second free throw coming from Bilberry. What happened to the 10-second call in basketball? It's gone.
It's gone.
Rebound.
That's old school. We in a new era.
Bybee picks up his dribble. Good denial by Joel Daniels. Jesberg is able to collect it, though, into the corner.
Sumner stepped up the defensive pressure here in the last few possessions.
Smith drives on Garvin, pull-up jump shot. Joel Daniels clears. Head up, looking for somebody to go to. Moves into the front court. Doesn't stop, drops it to Sykes. Gets contact. Shot up no good, but he'll get 2 free throws.
Good recognition there by Joel Daniels, able to get by his man and penetrate the middle, and that's one thing Sumner's doing a good job of, is getting inside the middle and forcing the defender to step up on him where he's able to drop it off.
Sumner getting a lot of opportunities at the line. We talked about the game yesterday against Piper in the second half. Piper went to the line 14 times. Sumner once. Derek Sykes was able to connect on that first free throw to draw him back to within 2. So Spring Hill went up 8. And here comes Sumner.
And it's all because of the work Sumner's done on the defensive end here.
With a 7-0 run of their own after picking up the pressure on defense.
And that's what happened. We can score baskets, especially from the free throw line. Allows you to set up that pressure. And right now, Spring Hill's having a difficult time getting past it.
Lake Johnson triggers it into Jesberg. 3:53 remaining in the first half. Sykes with good on-ball defense, aggressive defense here by the Sabres. Joel Daniels out top. Bybee turns into the lane. Floater. No good. Offensive rebound. Sykes pulls it away. Daniels coming now. Look at Sumner hustle down the court. Bilberry turns in the lane, takes contact, unable to finish, but again, Sumner Academy being real aggressive and getting to the line.
Good recognition there by Bilberry. Saw he had a smaller man on him. So he start backing him down, and a reach-in foul by Lake Johnson gets Sumner back to the free throw line.
Bilberry.
I see your referee counting over there for your 10-second call you was looking for.
Maybe it's 20 seconds now. First free throw is long. Second free throw coming from Bilberry.
If he's able to make it, Sumner will be able to get back in their full court press.
Free throw is going to rattle out. Garvin up high for the rebound. Bilberry collects it. Sumner takes the lead here in the first half. Cross court, Smith.
Big push here by Sumner in the last few minutes. You know, doing a good job of getting easy baskets and getting free throws. And doing that with the clock stopped is how you hit your way back in this game.
Matt Smith, senior, go to the line for 2 shots to try and reclaim the lead for Spring Hill. First free throw on the way is good. All these free throws have slowed this game down a little bit.
There's been a lot of them so far in this half.
Second free throw is good. Spring Hill sets their pressure up. They are able to get it into Womack. Works into the front court against Bybee. Womack into the lane. Unforced turnover, ball thrown out of bounds.
So the difference from that one to all the other ones, you know, got there and got in the middle. That time nobody cut to the basket, so it made it a little bit more difficult angle to make that pass, and just went right out of bounds.
Hodge in the front court to Bybee. Comes cross court back to Hodge. Matt Smith out top against Garvin. Defense intensity for Sumner, picking up Hodge. Gets into the lane. Kahn turns down a jump shot. Will reset. Smith.
Bilberry's doing a great job down there in the defensive post, fronting Kahn.
Weave action here for Spring Hill out top. Johnson down low to Kahn, turn around. Bilberry again gonna get called for another foul. That's all day if you don't go straight up. He might have looked like he had enough position and height on his jump to be able to block the shot, but he again came forward.
And I like that matchup that Bilberry brings to the table here. He's not as tall as Kahn, but he has that length as well. And with that wingspan, he's just as tall as Kahn, and he's making it tough for him to get good, easy looks down there.
Free throw line first is no good. Little back and forth action now. Spring Hill has a 1-point lead. Leaving some points at the free throw line. Second on the way is long. Rebound, Derek Sykes. The impressive freshman for Sumner Academy. Daniels making a move against Johnson. Drops it to Bilberry. Up, no good. Alex Garvin up high again for the rebound. Daniels' short jump shot is no good. Rebound.
That's a shot I would like to see Garvin just go back up with.
Bybee able to save it in the corner. Out top Hodge for 3. No good. Sykes wasn't able to secure the ball, but it was knocked out of bounds by Spring Hill. We got a couple of subs coming in. Hughes and Clark will check in for Smith.
Bilberry has that tired look on his face. He's been playing pretty hard here the last few minutes, giving Sumner a boost off the bench.
Womack will get it in. Up top to Daniels, who pushes into the front court. Body, Ivan, Hughes. Check that out, Kahn. See the replay here.
So Joel Daniels with the break did a good job of going right into the chest of Kahn. Was able to force him to his second foul here. So good, again, on both teams so far, good recognition on seeing the matchups and doing what you need to do to get to the free throw line.
Daniels a very good free throw shooter. Knocks down the first.
And that's Joel's first basket of this ball game, and it comes with 1:36 to go here in the second quarter.
Second free throw is going to be short. inbound by Bybee.
He's been quiet here in the second quarter.
Hodge. Out top.
See, in some things, you just have a basketball IQ, even though he got beat back door there. Joel Daniels is looking, he's looking at Hodge and is like, if I can put the pressure on this little guy, I should be able to get a turnover because he's not big at all.
Again, Sumner struggling against his zone to get the ball in bounds. Tie ball game here, just over a minute as Daniels pushes into the front court, tries to get it to Sykes. He's going to lose it out of bounds, and we'll go back to Spring Hill.
Well, Sumner's able to penetrate the lane at will. They just need to do a better job of making nice, crisp passes.
Andre Faison checks in for Joel Daniels.
You look at the score, we'll see it's been a pretty evenly played first half here. At times both teams doing a good job on the offensive board. Both teams get to the free throw line.
Bybee picks up his dribble again in mid-court. Hodge able to help him hand off back to Bybee.
That kills me when young players pick up their dribble with no pressure on them that far away from the goal.
Spring Hill working the clock here. Perhaps looking to just get one shot here and run off this last minute of the first half. Bybee again picks up his dribble, struggling to find somebody. Sykes gets the 5-second call. Womack and Sykes, good defense there from Sumner.
I just don't see, why are you picking up your dribble and you really don't have much pressure on you at the time? But it looks like Sumner's going to get a chance here to maybe get the last shot of the half. And after being down most of the half, going to halftime with a lead.
We'll see this play again. Womack cuts to the basket. Behind the back.
Simple pass will do.
Garvin drops it to Sykes. Can't finish.
Bilberry again.
Bilberry go to the line for his 5th and 6th free throw in the first half.
Womack had to break there, try to get fancy with the behind-the-back pass. A regular chest pass who got the easy layup. So now Bilberry will have to make both of them here at the free throw line.
Bilberry speeds things up a little bit and misses.
He's missed a few in a row now.
Tied at 25 here with 17 seconds remaining. Bilberry set for his second free throw. I'm going to pop some popcorn here. Get it ready for you.
All that matters right now, all that matters right now is for Bilberry to knock it down.
Bilberry is no good. Going to the front court with Hodge. Smith drives in, pull-up jump shot is no good with 4. Quickly going the other way, Womack. You have to get a shot off, he does, and it's no good. We're going to go to Steve Henderson with an interview with Coach Barr.
Coach Barr, see we got a tight game right here. Tell me what's been the success in the first half for you?
Well, we went to our full court press there toward the end of the half, and it kind of worked for us. We got back in the game, went on a 7-0 run. That really helped us out there.
What do you tell your team going into halftime? What they got to do to be successful in this next half?
I think we just got to make our layups and make our free throws. We missed a lot of point-blank shots, missed a lot of free throws, and then we just got to defend, get a couple stops back-to-back, and go on a run early.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Coach Park.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after this break with Moses Wyatt and Brian Watson.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, Studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I'm Kyle Beckerman. I'm Landon Donovan.
I'm Dwayne DiRosario.
We love soccer. We train hard, we play hard, and we support with passion.
When it comes to discrimination, we don't cross the line.
No bullying, no racism, no sexism, no homophobia. No excuses, no exceptions.
Don't cross the line. If you're playing, training, supporting, or coaching, don't cross the line.
We're back at Spring Hill Invitational. We're at a tie ball game at halftime of the Spring Hill Broncos and the Sumner Academy Sabres. What we seen in the first half, B?
I'm a little bit shocked right now, Coach. I thought this would be a little better up and down tempo game than it was. Deion Tripp not on the floor for Sumner, showing they're missing him right now. Really can't get into the offense. They look like they're driving a lot and going into the lane. Bigs are not ready for the passes. It's just not real. I'm not real comfortable with what they're doing right now.
Well, I think that not having Deion Tripp kind of threw a little of the chemistry out.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to find, their gel, their chemistry, their mojo.
Right.
Trying to get it back. And that's why I think they got him a little stagnant. But they got a big boost from Womack. Womack started the game hot, making the shots, making a good contribution, and that's why it's a tie ball game.
Right.
At the end of the first half, we had 17-13. Spring Hill was up. They fought, got back in the game. As we look at one of our highlights here, we see the passer Womack comes in, makes a two-point basket. Made a great contribution. That's what he can do. He can shoot that ball.
Right.
He can score. Then we turn around, see the freshman, made a mistake, missed the layup, money, but he was going to try to dunk that. Now we see him getting it out in front to Womack again for another and one bucket.
Right.
Womack's doing good. And their money man, Garvin, with a two-point shot right at the free throw line. Another two-point basket after a steal.
Right.
So we see Harmon starting to pull it up. I mean, not Harmon, excuse me. Sumner is starting to pull it up together. They fought. But I think they're missing Deion Tripp. One thing that I do think Spring Hill has done is they have made Sumner play their game.
Right.
They slowed it down. And then they've hit some big shots. We see Spring Hill turn around, getting some of their buckets in this first half, moving the ball, and a three-point shot that goes in. And that was Cole Lilich that shot that three-point basket from the corner.
They came out really on fire as they started the game. Spring Hill did. Something happened. I don't know if it was the chemistry again, switching up players, but something happened to slow the tempo down. Spring Hill slowed the tempo down a lot and kind of got out of their rhythm a little bit.
Well, I think that's a testament to the defense that Sumner was playing.
Okay.
Bill Berry came off the bench and gave them a very good blast. He's an X factor for them.
Right.
He came off, great posting, great energy, got a couple putbacks, some offensive rebounds.
Right.
Brought the energy. The Sykes, freshman, he's playing good defense. Womack playing good defense. And the anchor, Joe Daniels, started off, he's been playing good defense.
Right.
Sumner picked up that intensity in the second quarter. And that's how I think they got back in. I look at Spring Hill, they're still doing what they want to do, but they had too many turnovers.
Right.
It's 9-9 in the turnover game. But Spring Hill's turnovers came in the second quarter.
I tell you what, Sumner got to the line 23 times in that first half. They made 10 of them.
That's what kept them in the game.
That's what kept them in the game. Spring Hill got a little lazy on defense, started reaching a little bit, got Sumner to the line, and they made 10 of those 23 free throw attempts.
They got Chris Babby that's in foul trouble, 3 fouls, which is one of their starters. And if Sumner shoots better than 50%, they're up right now. That would be up.
Right.
So, the one thing I got to say before we go any further, I got to give a shout out and say thank you to Spring Hill Booster Club, the hospitality that they've shown us, the hospitality room, great food back there, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much, Spring Hill, for laying the spread out for us. Now, we're looking forward to our next game in the championship.
Oh no!
Uh-oh!
Oh no!
Adosa Evans.
I got a Trayvon Evans sighting in the building
coming.
tonight.
We're looking at them, and also turning around to see the KCK
Piper Pirates.
Piper Pirates.
Yes, sir.
So we got the Tigers and the Pirates coming up in the championship game. Real quick, what do you think about that game?
I like what I'm going to see. I'm going to like the tempo of the game. I'm going to like how they move. I'm real anxious to see how CJ's going to, I hope that's who holds Trayvon tonight, how he's going to shut him down a little bit, slow him down. That's speed on speed.
Well, I'm anxious to see how Evans does against athleticism and speed, because Piper has about 3 to 4 that they can put on.
They can just throw at him.
Jennings, Matthew, you got CJ,
right,
and then you got Luke all day long.
They can get
and
him.
that's what I'm looking for.
Will he tire out?
Will he tire out?
Will somebody, if he does tire out, will somebody on the bench be able to come up?
Correct. Now,
step in.
Before we go to the second half, I didn't get to ask you before, but it's a tie ball game, 25-25. Prediction: who comes out on top?
I got to go with KCK. I got to go with Sumner coming out alive. You know, I got kids to graduate from, so I'm gonna predict that Sumner, Parr will turn this team around in the second half. The defense will come up. The intensity of the defense will get them.
Well, I never thought I'd hear you say that, but I'm going with Sumner again, too. I think hometown pulls it away.
I got to go with it.
We'll be back with the second half as we come back with the guys to call the game. We'll be on a commercial. We'll see you at the end of the game.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare young people in Kansas for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I'm here with Coach O'Neill, and the first half was a pretty tight game, 25-25. Tell me what was very successful for you in the first half.
We were able to hit some threes, got some open threes and some looks, and that kind of sparked us a little bit.
What do you have to do this half to be very successful and come out with a victory?
We have to attack the basket and hit our free throws.
Okay, thank you, Coach O'Neill.
David Brock's live Spring Hill Invitational. We're back for the second half. Steve Henderson, our key sideline reporter, grabbing both coaches at the half to get their thoughts
our Craig,
on what we'll need to see.
Our Craig Sager.
Yes, sir.
But dress better.
What'd you think about the first half, Vernon?
Not a lot of scoring, which I didn't expect. The times we've seen Sumner this year haven't been as strong on the defensive end, so I expected more scoring on both sides, 25 points at half. Alex Garvin started playing better there in the second quarter. Joel Daniels with 1 point is surprising.
All right, the Broncos will have the ball to start the second half. Bybee drives it down to Kahn, who Edwards is able to step in front and get the steal. Daniels been on his horse going the other way. Young man's been running up and down the court for the last 2 days. Kahn drops down to Edwards, turn around. Wow. Very questionable foul call. Edwards will get it though and send Kahn to the free throw line. Assistant coach Morris Letcher going back and forth with an official here. Kahn trying to find out what Edwards did there. Garvin clears the rebound. The big man misses both free throws. He missed the first two he had in the first half as well. Daniels again pushes into the front court. Garvin in the lane. No good. Edwards going to get called over the back.
That's another questionable one. Edwards just taller than the guy in front of him, didn't touch him. He got called for the over the back.
Jesberg drops it down to Smith. Pulls up. No good. Rebound. Derek Sykes. Womack will push the other way.
Got numbers.
Drops it down to Edwards. Nice play by Womack, and Edwards able to finish.
Kahn got caught running down the court late, which is why I said they had numbers. A good find there for the layup.
Early quick four here for Sumner Academy.
And for Sumner to make a layup was huge. Coach Parra said at halftime, we make our layups and free throws, we'll be all right.
Kahn turns into the lane, can't finish. Offensive rebound, which was an epidemic yesterday on both squads for Sumner and Piper. We just lived on the offensive glass. Blake Johnson able there to secure the rebound for Spring Hill and gets himself to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. Let's see if he can knock those down.
Coach Parra is yelling at Edwards there. Don't let him catch the ball. Front him and make the pass difficult, which is what we saw Bilberry do well in the first half, was front him and make the passing lane tough.
Blake Johnson, first free throw is good. Second on the way. It's off front rim. And they will secure yet another offensive rebound. Smith faces up against Garvin. Drops it out. Another bad pass. We've seen that a couple of times.
We never touched it. We didn't touch that ball.
Looking for a call from the official here on who got it.
He didn't touch it. He probably got called for a foul. I mean, he probably
He'll
got.
Stay with the Broncos. Smith will trigger it in for Spring Hill.
The referee just missed that one. There was no touch there. If anything, he might have got fouled, which.
Smith drops it over. Kahn up and in.
That's easy for Kahn down there. Edwards did what Coach asked him.
Daniels all the way to the bucket again, scores at the rim for Sumner Academy.
And that's what Daniels can do. He can really get to the basket when he wants. He has that speed advantage out there on the perimeter. It's just a matter if he's going to be aggressive and look for that.
Baseline drive up by Johnson, can't finish. Kahn tips it. Again, offensive rebound, Sykes. I don't know who they're calling that on. Check out a replay here.
Oh, easy dump down. Edwards tried to front him, just threw the ball over the top, and good job by collecting the ball, getting himself into control. Easy layup there for Kahn.
Garvin to trigger it in as the Broncos set up their press.
We saw Sumner in the first half have a little bit of difficulty getting the ball in bounds. So we'll see how they do here. Screen and roll away there by the point guard for Sumner, Womack.
Daniels out top, hands it off to Garvin.
A little weave action on the
Drives
perimeter.
in the lane, pull up jump shot is short. Rebound, Kahn. Smith, nice move to the lane, can't finish. White cannot secure the rebound, but Daniels does in the corner, pushes the other way. Kahn turn around, White up, can't finish. Garvin collects and gets a foul.
Another one of those missed layup opportunities Coach Parra was talking about at the half, but right now, Sumner's been the team that's getting to those loose balls right now, and we see they're able to get, build a little bit of a lead here since coming out in half.
Daniels coming over to get a drink. Young man again, been playing a lot of minutes over the last few days. Garvin, first free throw. It's true. Garvin coming on a little bit after a slow start. Only had 2 through the first quarter.
He probably would have had an easy put back there. Him and Wilson was kind of, both going for that rebound, but What's important here is Garvin knocking down the free throws.
Second free throw is good. Jessberg comes into the front court for the Broncos. Daniels checking him, trips and going to get a call for a foul. Daniels concedes, something you don't see very often from players. Sumner able to build a small lead here after being down most of the first half. Triggers it into Jessberg. Moving the lane, Alex. Against the freshman Hughes. Cross-court Pat Jessberg moves into the lane. Good defense by Womack going the other way, one-on-one. Lillage is back. Nice finish. Damian Womack. Johnson into the lane.
No, good job there by Womack getting in the pass lane, getting the steal, recognized he had that speed advantage. Was able to take it down and did a good job of controlling his body and kiss it off the glass for the easy two.
Got some scores from around the city. The Harmon Hawks secure a victory this afternoon against St. James in overtime. Ball triggered in.
Almost an easy layup there.
Hodge into the lane, floater, no good. Rebound cleared by Sykes. Outlet to Joel Daniels up ahead. White was open. Daniels are going to go all the way to the bucket. Floater is no good. White get up for offensive rebound and he'll get fouled.
Good job by White, been in the right spot at the right time, getting up, getting the rebound.
Sumner's doing it with defense right now, holding the Broncos down here in the third quarter while they build a little bit of a lead.
Bill Berry, who had a strong second quarter for Sumner, re-enters the ball game for his first action here in the second half.
Daniels in.
Oh, that's just a bad pass.
That's a travel.
So that's a pass you don't want your senior to make.
Sumner will take it underneath. Nursing a 35-28 lead. Looking to extend now. Quick pass, Garvin from three. No good. White clears the offensive rebound. Can't finish the bunny.
Coach Parr is like one time make a layup. White, did a good job of getting the offensive rebound. Just got it short up off the glass there. One I'm sure he would love to have back.
In the front court now, the Broncos drops it down to Clark. Turns quickly and he'll get another foul on White. That's a big swing there. You come down here, you miss a bunny, and then give up a foul on the opposite side. Clark will be at the free throw line. We got a replay coming up here.
DeMonte Sykes is going to enter here after this first free throw. Another young man who has some length on him.
Clark's first free throw is good. See here, into the front court, drop down. And Clark didn't waste any time, turned into the lane and was able to get the foul on White.
You can tell, he's not really a basketball guy. He looks like more of that football player who's out there just taking up space, moving people out the way, but still a guy that you like to have on your team.
Lillage up strong for the offensive rebound. Able to clear in front of Sykes, who just checked in.
Bill Berry with the block, though.
Edwards set to check back in, the senior.
I've been really impressed with Bill Berry's play here tonight. He's kind of that tough guy we've been waiting for Sumner to have this year. He's not afraid to bang it up. Saw him throw a little bow to the chest earlier, and Sumner's missing that tough guy. Even though they lost Benny, but Benny was not afraid to kind of get into some tuffles here and there, and right now Bill Berry's playing that role.
You'll see that from Vincent Skeena for Piper. I noticed that the other day about him. Into the front court, Bill Berry up, turns down a jump shot. Must have saw the big man, thought he'd get a block. Daniels will get in there and get some contact, and again, free throws coming for Sumner Academy.
I think Bill Berry realized he really didn't have the ball under control when he went up, so he was able to just get it to the right spot where Joel Daniels was able to, again, penetrate the lane, get in there, and create a foul. That's what I call it, creating a foul, because, you know, he just gets in there and bodies up with somebody and gets the ball up off the glass.
Andre Faison set to check in. Looks like he's coming in for Daniels on the made free throw, which is not good. Edwards cannot secure. Clark does for the Broncos. Hodge quickly up ahead.
Good job by Edwards to get around there.
Daniels again with a 6-point lead. Sumner trying to get it extended. Good defense by Hughes, the freshman. In the front court against Garvin. Block. Reynolds loses it out of bounds. And good hustle there by Alex Garvin to get back.
That's a good job by Garvin, not giving up on the play. You know, he kind of got caught there, but he ran it down. Did a good job of getting up and getting the block, and that's what's important. You young folks out there watching the game, you know, even though he didn't mess up, but instead of just sitting back and watching it get a layup, he chased it down.
Womack able to get free up ahead. Bilberry will pull up and shoot this time.
Another missed close one.
DeAndre Edwards over to Bilberry, who'll turn and get blocked by the big man and then touch it. We'll go the other way. Well, they got him listed as 6'8", but that young man is long.
I guess they're counting that into his height as well.
This is wingspan. Hodge. Cross court Reynolds.
Another
pick up the dribble.
And he picked up his
pivot foot.
I was about to say, and he picked up his pivot.
Hughes set to check in. Set the trigger in. Garvin knocks it out of bounds. Hughes will give it another try in front of Garvin. 3:06.
Yeah, we're impressed with Sumner's defense here in this second half. They're giving up 4 points here so far in this quarter.
Quick move by Hodge into the lane. Turnover. Womack clears for Sumner. Now tries to push. Hodge with good defense against Womack. He dribbles a lot, but is able to get it up and in. Luck is on that young man's side right now.
A little bit out of control, but hey, getting buckets is all that matters. Don't matter what it looks like.
Reynolds' three is no good. Womack.
We want to see Womack here.
This is actually earlier missed by Sykes. We have to cue that one back up. Sumner extends their lead to 8 with the ball. Right. See here, Womack.
Womack handling the pressure there. Looked like he was going to get a 5-second call, was able to get his way around there. Just kind of throw it up, and it happens sometimes.
Sometimes that works. Garvin trying to trigger. 5-second call.
You know, Sumner's just had difficult all night getting the ball in bounds there. They might need to bring another guy into the front court to help with that. Maybe go a triangle look there to get somebody open.
Drops it into Kahn, and he loses it out of bounds. Another turnover here. He's got an 8-point lead. Now Sumner compressed it to a double-digit lead.
It looks like they're going 4 across here.
Different look here on their inbounds play. Sumner really struggling just to get the ball in bounds off this press.
Coach is going to call a timeout, but they ran a 4 across there and not one screen was set. And that's what you have to do to get somebody open. That's why I kind of mentioned earlier, maybe going that triangle look, but we'll be back right after this.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
David Brock checking out the Piper Pirates, who are sitting in the crowd. Eisenhower on the opposite side of tonight's championship game. We've got some things to settle here in the third place ball game.
So typically what you would have in this 4 across look here, those 2 guys at the inside would screen for each other. And that's exactly what we see there. And then the other guy rolls to the basket. Good job, good timeout by Coach Parra.
Johns, Marshall into the front lane, into the lane, drops it. Garvin for three is no good. But Leandre Edwards is able to clear the rebound. Marshall, he'll take the jump shot. No good. Another offensive
Bilberry,
rebound.
my man Bilberry.
Sumner extends the lead to 10 as Broncos come back across court. Into the corner, three from Hughes. Short, rebound Leandre Edwards.
Right now, Sumner has numbers.
Into the front court. Bad pass.
A little bit late with it.
Nobody in front of Smith. Will lay it up and in.
It should have been an easy two for Sumner. Turns into a fast break opportunity for Spring Hill.
Johnson Marshall moves into the front court against Jetsburg. Daniels turns down the three, drives the lane, pull-up jump shot. It's no good. Daniels shaking up on the play. Broncos trying to take advantage. Smith drives the lane. Edwards. Hard foul there by Edwards will send Smith to the line. We'll call Joel Daniels over to the sideline to see if he's okay.
That's going to be the fourth foul on Edwards. I don't know if the coaching staff for Sumner realizes that there's still 1:18 to go here in this third quarter.
Smith's first free throw is good. Opportunity to get four straight here for the Broncos and get back in this ball game. Damian Womack.
Womack will re-enter for Edwards.
We'll say Sumner's going small, but they still got Bilberry in the game. Alex Garvin they got three guards now to try and work against this press. Three ball handlers for Sumner Academy. Johnson Marshall, sophomore, rebound, Bilberry. Played a real good game. Johnson. Marshall's going to get a cheap foul against Smith. And they will go to the free throw line now for 1-1.
Looks like we're still one away from the bonus.
Check that, my bad. First mistake of the year, 2013, write it down. Garvin will trigger it in. Again, Sumner struggling. There we get a call and a hold. Now, 1-1.
Cole Lilich with the hold in the backcourt. Johnson Marshall's going to go to the line for the 1 plus the bonus. Sumner's defense has been really strong here. Coach Parra probably stepped into him at the half, told him to step up the defensive intensity.
Big key, front ends are 1-1. Johnson Marshall knocks that down. Sligo Stallions secure a 4-point win over Wyandotte. Sligo had a 20-point lead at the half. Wyandotte came all the way back and actually took a lead. But Sligo was able to secure it at the end. Johnson Williams, Marshall, second free throw.
Bilberry.
Back up, no good. Again, Bilberry fighting. Gonna get called for the foul.
Coach just got a little bit happy there. He got the ball instead of getting it back out to reset the offense. Kind of went up with it. You know, you have to like his aggressiveness, though. He's that one guy who's not afraid to get in the mix.
I like that you got Edwards as a senior. They could bring him off the bench and still have somebody that can get physical and get those rebounds.
But that is Bilberry's third, so with Edwards already on the bench with 4.
First free throw from Smith is good. Damian Womack leading the way. Deion Tripp not in the lineup. Unaware right now what's going on there, but the second free throw from Smith is good.
Spring Hill's going to be able to set their press up.
They'll go 4 across again. Garvin.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Daniels drops it to Bilberry, who could not handle it.
Yeah, you can't do anything different there.
Sykes will check in for him now.
2-on-1, easy pass, but good minutes for Bilberry.
Hodge coming the other way with a minute left in the third. 6-point lead for Sumner, as much as 10. Smith out top now as the Broncos take their time. Works his way baseline back out top. Clark to Reynolds.
45 seconds.
Hodge. Good, hard defense by Joel Daniels. He's going to get called for the body. Oh, check that. It's out of bounds.
Again, that goes back to Daniels recognizing. I mean, I'm not going to keep picking on my man, but he's a little guy. When Joel Daniels, figures I can put the pressure on him and make things difficult, he stepped up and did that there.
Sumner possibly holding for the last shot. Daniel Womack leading the way for Sumner tonight. Big minutes, big points. 12 points for Womack. Here we go with 12. Gonna get called for 5 seconds.
That's a horrible call there. There's no way that's a 5 seconds call when there's no pressure, nothing else.
Clark triggers it in to Hodge. Johnson Marshall will get up and play some defense. Quickly over to Smith for 3. Short, out of bounds. Back to Sumner with 2.2. We'll see if they just sit on it. Garvin triggered in for Sumner. Johns, Marshall gets it off well short.
Strong third quarter for Sumner.
They'll take a 4-point lead to the fourth quarter, and we'll be right back after this.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare young people in Kansas for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Spring Hill Invitational, third place game, fourth quarter. 6-point lead for Sumner. Broncos again come out with possession to start the fourth.
We'll see if the Broncos can get Chris Bybee going. He had a strong first quarter with 10 points and hadn't been on the scoreboard since.
Smith out top against Garvin. Again, Sumner really set up the pressure defense here in the second half. Late first half, Bybee unable to get off. Reynolds turns up and good. Womack up ahead. No rush here for Sumner with a lead. They can work the ball and get a good set here. Hand off Garvin. Daniels. Weave action here as Womack comes through. Pull up. Good.
That's a big shot by Womack. I was about to say a fourth shot there, but he's feeling it tonight.
Bybee against Daniels. Reynolds facing off against Womack, who drives, turns. Outside Bybee. Got a whistle. We'll go to the free throw line. Blue 21, Alex Garvin, called for a hold. Bucket up there, I believe that was Reynolds. That was in the third quarter. We are here in the fourth. 42-36. Reynolds at the free throw line. The first shot is long. Good job, DeAndre Edwards.
So Conn's going to get a cheat one, and they're going to walk to the other end for Sumner, who's going to have opportunity at the 1 plus the bonus. So the rest of this quarter, both teams are going to be shooting free throws. Spring Hill's now going to be in the double bonus. Sumner's in the 1 and 1.
You miss a front end of the 1 and 1, that's a turnover. New stat. Edwards at the line. Set. On the way, no good. We go to the Broncos.
Right now for Spring Hill, knowing that they're going to be in a double bonus from here on out, they need to be a little bit aggressive on the offensive end, while Sumner needs to stay steady with the defensive play.
Bybee, good move to get into the lane, outside the lane. Smith for 3, no good. Rebound.
Big rebound by
Sykes. Derek Sykes. Johns up ahead to Garvin. Up high, blocked by Kahn. Edwards back up, can't finish. Hughes clears, and Bybee's coming the other way. Cross court. Ball is thrown up, no good. Bybee. Short jump shot is no good in the lane. Kahn is going to get called again. Over the back. Easy call.
More missed opportunities on both ends.
Tell you what, this official, I rarely say this, but this official's had a good game. My guy right here by the desk, we can get a shot of him. This official right here by the table has full control of this basketball game and has called it nice and tight. Now he's teaching them, so at the next level, he'll know not to make that mistake again. Love it. Edwards at the line again. Just missed that front end. Opportunity here to knock down a couple of free throws and extend this lead for Sumner. 6:21 remaining. As you see with your scoreboard on the screen, Edwards misses badly. In fact, the official calls that no rim. And Bill Berry will come into the ball game. We are set.
So a couple of missed opportunities there for Sumner to extend this lead. Spring Hill is going to come back now with the ball and 6 to go here in this ball game.
Bybee, Johnson, Spring Hill here on their home court. Backdoor cut. Smith is good.
Nice backdoor, nice look by Bybee. He's not getting he's not scoring right now, but he's finding the open man.
Marshall out top against Bybee. Daniels over on the wing, drops it down to Bilberry. Gathers are going to get called for a travel.
That's the second time Daniels found Bilberry for an easy opportunity, and both times he lost handles. We saw there on the replay, good backdoor by Smith. Bybee put it right where it needed to be in order for him to handle it and go up for an easy bucket.
Bybee into the front court. Drops it to Lillard. White gets his turn. Pull-up jump shot. Bank in. Up ahead, Sykes. Daniels moves into the front court. Lead down now to 2. Garvin, pull-up jumper. No good. Long gets his own rebound in the lane. Up no good. Cleared by Lake Johnson. Up ahead to Bybee with an opportunity to tie. Out of bounds.
Just over the head.
We'll check out this replay here.
Going to see Cole Lillich with the drive left side off glass. The left-hander.
The kiss.
One thing Sumner didn't want to do, as you just mentioned, Spring Hill's playing in this third-place game on their home floor. The crowds have been quiet all of the second half, and they're a bucket away from getting back in this game, getting the crowd back in this game.
Hughes working against Daniels, who goes into the lane. Layup is good. Joel Daniels for the third time in this half gotten into the lane. He starts to pick up his scoring here. 6 of his 7 here in the second half. Lilich deflected by Sumner. Marshall, the sophomore, comes into the front court. Drops it down to White. Cross to Sykes, who misses the bunny.
Another layup.
Got to chalk a couple of those up to being a freshman, but you need those to go down.
You've been making layups since you was a
Sykes with
young
a big
buck.
rock. He got a little bit of nerve.
Been making layups since he was 5.
We go back, we'll see this replay. There's Joel Daniels.
No, we've been seeing all night. He's been able to get around that guy about half court, and he's been taking advantage. Good steal.
And here he is on defense here, picking his pocket, taking his cookies, cross court again. Another missed layup.
Wow.
4-point lead, could be 8. Daniels taking cookies going the other way, but they missed the layup. Daniels get called for a foul. They'll go to the free throw line for 2.
And we saw Daniels there trying to match up with Kahn. Tried to use his speed to get around to get a deflection, but got called there on the foul. And we've seen Kahn miss quite a few free throws this evening, so he's going to shoot 2. We'll see if he's able to finally get knocked down a couple.
First free throw on the way. Perfect.
Well, his first make tonight and numerous opportunities, but he's, when you need him, he went ahead and knocked it down.
Kahn, second free throw on the way. It's long. Garvin is able to secure the rebound. Outlet. Joel Daniels coming into the front court with numbers. Into the lane. Floater. No good. Gets his own offensive rebound. Marshall. Marshall's got to match up with the big man here. He's got to get into the lane. Womack will take it against Clark. Again, he's got to be able to work and get to the bucket against him. Now you got a match up here with Johnson and Daniels. Daniels will go in the lane. Up. Finishes.
Nice move. Daniels said, keep dropping dimes. I keep getting returned. I need to go get it myself.
Hughes for 3. Good. The crowd gets into the ball game. Marshall cross court to Daniels against Hughes. Again in the lane. He's going to go to the free throw line. Strong second half from the senior.
Right now he's putting the team on his back, just as you want your senior leader to do.
That's 4 buckets for Daniels here in the second half. Take him up to 9. This is David Brox. We'll be right back. Highlights Unlimited, Hindu Productions, live at Spring Hill Invitational for the third place game, first game of our double header. I am with the incomparable Vernon Birmingham as we see Joel Daniels at the free throw line looking for his 10th and now an opportunity for his 11th point of the game.
Well, he stepped it up big in the second half. He went into halftime only 1 point. He's picked up his scoring here in the fourth quarter, right when they needed it.
Second free throw is off the mark. Rebound Clark. Bill Berry set to check back in for Sumner. Check that they'll bring him back. Vesberg. Lake Johnson. Cross court to Hughes against Daniels. Hughes in the corner. Another 3 on the way. Runs out. will stay with Spring Hill off Alex Barton.
No, poor recognition there by Sumner's defense.
Bilberry will check in now.
No, Daniels kind of lost his man there. You don't want to leave him wide open for a three, especially after he just hit one not long ago.
Johnson set to trigger it in for Spring Hill. Out top, Kahn. Bybee, first look of the second half is up and no good. Daniels clears, coming the other way. Loses it out of bounds, will go back to Spring Hill. Looks like Sumner set up their zone here. A little bit of strategy here from the Sabres. First time we've seen this 3-2 zone we saw yesterday against Piper. Bybee in the corner against Womack. Spring Hill being patient out top, moving it around. Into the corner. Johnson drops it down to Kahn. Gets double. Quick shot from Johnson's no good. Rebound and Kahn again for the third time. He's going to get called over the back. Those are easy calls. Take a look here at the student section, a very live student section for Spring Hill.
You said your guy's doing good tonight, but that's one I would question. He actually was more on his own guy's back than he was on the Sumner defender, but nonetheless.
Hey, I never compliment officials. I figure I'll throw a bone out here tonight.
And so you threw it out. You messed around and messed up his game.
Hey, you can jinx an official at the same time, just like a player at the free throw line. I propped him up a little bit too much, I guess.
Kahn fouls out. He's going to finish this game with like 7 points. A lot of opportunities he left on the free throw line. White knocks down a free throw.
Bonus points right there. Mike White struggles at the free throw line. Again, gets that one to go down. Young man to get a second opportunity here, the lefty.
2 for 2 for Mike.
Reverse jinx. Bybee. Under 2 minutes here, fourth quarter. Who wants it? Bybee.
This 3-2 is kind of slowed down the movement here for Spring Hill.
Good help. Out top, 2 screens. Good adjustment here by Sumner late in the fourth quarter. Spring Hill has slowed completely down, trying to find a shot here. Out of bounds.
And we've seen this at numerous games we've seen this year when coaches switch up some point in the game to a zone. You know, most teams' offense they don't run a lot of zone offense.
You got your big man out of the game too. They're unable to get the ball and flow. Hughes for 3. Long rebound. White. Outlet to Womack, who moves into the front court, and he'll take his time now.
They're going to go 4 corners here.
No doubt. We need to see no shots here. We need fouls. We're going to have to knock down some free throws. 108, Daniels goes into the lane. White up, does finish, and one.
There's that finish we've been waiting on all night on the Joel Daniels dime. It's Mr. White who finishes it.
Sumner extends the lead to 7 with 1:05. White would be here with one free throw. We'll see. No good. Clark. Rebounds outlet to Bybee. 1 minute remaining in this ball game. Third place. Clark takes it cross court. Smith. Again, the big man Kahn out of the game. Working the ball around the perimeter. Bybee for 3 is good. Timeout, Spring Hill.
Bybee knocks down his third 3 of the game, but it's first since a long time ago.
Bybee there, just well outside the 3-point line. First 3 of the second half. 13 points for Bybee. Again, they needed a lot more of that here in the second half. A lot of fouls, both teams in the double bonus.
What this will allow Spring Hill to do, call it that timeout, is get set up in their pressure defense. And we've said it numerous times, Sumner's been having difficulties getting the ball in bounds. So Coach Parr is using this timeout to draw up something, screen, roll to the basket, and get the ball in bounds. And once you get the ball in bounds, more than likely they'll get fouled, and somebody will need to knock down free throws.
We'll see if Sumner goes for a cross. What they had and where they had Joel Daniels and Womack with Barton triggering the ball in. They will bring off. Actually, a little bit of adjustment. Womack will bring the ball in, bring the third guard in. Johnson Marshall with Daniels. In the corner, quick foul.
Good adjustment by Coach Parr on his inbounds play there. Let the guys pick which way they're going to go. Make it tough for the defenders who are trying to decide who they want to stick with. And he's able to get the ball into one of their better free throw shooters.
Coach Parr is going to go off to the defense. Bill Berry set to check in. Get your rebounders in. Clark set to check in for Spring Hill. First free throw from Daniels is good. Good job there by Coach Parr. Bring your rebounder in and take the guard out. Likely use a timeout on the make by Spring Hill. Second free throw is good. 6-point lead with 40 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, Bybee. Again, Sumner stays in the zone, protecting the three-point line. Smith drives, no good. Clear, a foul, and they'll send Mike White.
Mike White's been money, so it might not be a bad foul. He's knocked down a few here. Money. Watch. Mike White's about to knock these down. Go make everybody a believer tonight.
The power of hope.
Speaking of believers, we're going to have the Piper Pirates.
Timeout, Spring Hill. We'll be right. Let's maybe take a look at a couple of replays. Get a look at the crowd here. Inside. Not yet to recognize anybody in the crowd, but again, great night here at Spring Hill. Sumner Academy's done real well in this tournament over the years. Here we go, we're replay. There's Bill Berry.
So earlier in the ball game, we had a trouble, and you see Joel Daniels again. Earlier in the fourth quarter, we was able to get around him for a scoop layup. Here we're going to see a little weave action again. Joel Daniels did a good job here in this fourth quarter, penetrating and getting in there where he's able to make things happen, either on layups or dropping off nice passes for layups or missed layups, whatever you want to call it. And Mike White's going to go back to the free throw line here to make everybody a believer in Sabre Nation, or make David Brox a believer. We'll see if David Brox is finally on this Piper Pirate bandwagon. He wasn't a believer a couple of weeks ago.
We've got 5A power coming in to face a 10-1 Piper squad. Piper again in the 4A bracket. This is a test. I mean, they passed one 5A test in Lansing. They could notch the belt of it, put another notch in their belt against the third-ranked Eisenhower Tigers. Again, I'll be nothing but impressed. White second free throw.
That was in and out, so I'm still a believer.
Bybee comes into the front court with 25. Cross court, Smith. Clark, three on the way is no good, and Sumner Academy on their way to a third place plaque. Take back home. Bill Berry's going to come back the other way and go to the line.
Joel Daniels had a big second half, but I'm going to, always go for that guy that you normally don't think about as your player in the game. And to me, Sumner's not in this game if Bill Berry's not playing as strong as he did on the defensive end, on the rebounding end. He maybe didn't get as many points as David's checking out the stat sheet, but he was that X factor in this ball game tonight. And you won't tell me otherwise.
Vernon, Mr. Everybody Gets a Trophy, Birmingham.
I show love to the guys who don't fill up the stat sheets in the point column.
Free throw miss.
tell me coming into this game we're going to be mentioning the name Bill Berry as much as we have?
I got to go with my guy, Womack. Coming in, you got a your senior guard out of the lineup. He comes in, steps in, fills in admirably.
Can't forget you. Bill Berry, you my guy.
Bybee. Fouls being called for with 10. Bybee will take 3.
I might post-game interview with Bill Berry.
And Sumner Academy will claim victory, and they will have a presentation there after the game for the third page trophy. We will try to get a word with Coach Dan Parr. We'll have some post-game with Moses and Brian Watson. We'll be right back after this commercial.
AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate. Volunteer.
Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I'm Kyle Beckerman. I'm Landon Donovan.
I'm Dwayne DiRosario.
We love soccer. We train hard, we play hard, and we support with passion.
When it comes to discrimination, we don't cross the line.
No bullying, no racism, no sexism, no homophobia. No excuses, no exceptions.
Don't cross the line. If you're playing, training, supporting, or coaching, don't cross the line.
With Coach Dan Parr. First off, Coach, want to say congratulations, third place victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got to start off by saying you didn't have Deion Tripp today.
Right.
Due to the flu. You came and told us that. What difference did that make for you today?
Well, he's our leader both on offense and defense. You know, he's been a 2-year starter, and he played a lot as a sophomore. So he gets us in all our sets and offense. And, you know, he's the point guard, so he's the leader. He's me on the court. And without him, you know, it took us a while to adjust. Probably didn't get adjusted really till the second half. But once we did, we got adapted to it, and we responded pretty well.
You did. For a while there, we thought that maybe that was going to hurt you, but we see that you got the game tied up halftime, and even they would make a big jump in the third quarter. Talk to me about Jalen Womack.
Yeah, I was even going to mention Jalen before you did. Jalen had a great game for us. You know, he really stepped up, and we talked in the locker room that, you know, somebody needs to pick up the pace and pick up what Deion does for us, and Jalen picked up a lot of the scoring, and he took a lot of pressure off of Joel and Alex. You know, we need that third score, and Jalen really came up big for us tonight.
I seen Bill Berry, Darion, came in, played some big minutes today, and had a lot of activity. How good is that for you when he's doing that?
Well, that's huge for us, and you said it exactly. He showed a lot of activity. You know, he's very, he showed a lot of effort, a lot of energy. You know, he gave us a big spark off the bench. He got rebounds for us. He challenged shots at the rim. You know, he made some mistakes, but those were hustle mistakes, and we can deal with those. You know, he showed great effort tonight.
Good. One more thing, two more things before I let you go. First, we want to talk about the freshman. At times today, seemed was a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to get in there, but we've seen great athleticism.
Yeah.
Talk to me about his development.
You know, he's been used to dominating just because he's a great athlete at his level. Well, now he's playing against guys that have played varsity 2 or 3 years and guys that are 17 and 18 years old, and he's still 14. So a lot was expected out of Derek coming out of middle school, and you know he has to learn that he can't really rely on his athleticism all the time. That he's going to have to eventually start thinking the game, and sometimes he's way too patient. He waits for things to happen instead of just reacting and playing.
We're going to understand that. Young players need the time to mature and develop and then learn your system.
Exactly.
Know what's going on.
Yep.
Last question I'll leave you with. As you leave from this tournament, you start back in the KCAL.
Yep.
Tell me your goals. Right now, I think you are tied in second place.
2 and 1.
2 and 1 in second place. Tell me the goals. You've been a challenger for the league title for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Tell me the goals when you move into league play now.
No, we definitely want to compete in league. We definitely want to try to get a league title back to Sumner. You know, it's ours to lose. We're the defending champ till somebody knocks us off. You know, Harmon played a great game against us last week, and they brought it to us. But you know, we're going to defend our home court hopefully when we play Harmon, and then do the same when we play Washington and Schlegel and everybody else. But you know, league's tough. You got to be ready every night. Washington's as good as there is anybody in the state. And Schlegel's got great athletes, and and Coach Leslie's got to do him a great job.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot, Moses. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to commercial.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights, vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
you have ours.
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
We're back at the post-game show from our first game of the Spring Hill Invitational Basketball Tournament. I'm here once again with my fellow Bulldog, Brian Watson. Watson, we've seen a good game, and Sumner came on top of that.
They came up.
Before we go, I got to talk about one player who, to me, was the key to the victory for Sumner, and that's the person taking the place of Deion Tripp in the starting lineup. Led his Sumner Sabres with 14 points. Jalen Womack. We see him right here on the highlights making the 2-point basket. Now, I also know that you have special pride with
right.
Womack. Let's tell our viewers why.
I coached Womack back in the 7th grade at West Middle School. He wasn't that aggressive, wasn't really a player that you would pick for your team, but he had a great attitude about the game of basketball. And even though he made mistakes, he got down on himself, I would build him up, and he would get in and give his all every single time he got on the court. So that's why this game was so special to me, to see the improvement of Womack and just watch him play as a young man. He became a very good basketball player. He handled the tempo of the game real well tonight. I was proud of him.
He did a good job. I can tell you were proud of him. You haven't stopped smiling yet. He made sure I knew that was yours. As we see some of these highlights for Sumner, especially Alex Garvin getting it going off the lane. Another shot here by Womack. Another shot. Good job. He's got a great jumper. Now, the other thing that I really thought was key for Sumner is Darion Bilberry, his activity. We've seen him several times get some putbacks, been able to get get his hands on loose balls, activity. Did very good around the basket with defense. And then we turn around, we seen Joe Daniels getting a scoop shot in the lane. We see another Joe Daniels down the lane. Again, he was their leader, especially being with Deion Tripp out. Then we turn around, see Joe Daniels, another drive with a pass and a bucket.
He played well tonight.
Played very well tonight.
He played the game that needed to be played to get this victory for Sumner tonight.
And that was good. Now, on the other side, Spring Hill, they had a couple good things going on for them, and they almost pulled it back off. Can't say enough about Chris Bybee. 13 points. Even though he's in foul trouble, he came right back out and played tough.
Right.
They never gave up. Never gave up. We see another three-point shot by Lake Johnson. Then we turn around, see the pointer jump shot by Cole Lilich. I mean, you can't say enough about the
home team
Broncos.
Right. They are a very patient team. Very patient.
We see the up and under move by Niles Khan. Very good game tonight. Let's see. We see another highlight here. We get a pass and a nice cut in.
Nice tip.
Good tip, but it resulted in the foul.
Right.
Great game tonight.
They played a very controlled offense, patient, wanted to get the shot that they wanted to get. At times they rushed, but then again they came back and just played backdoor. Just ran their offense to perfection tonight.
And you know, I think that's a testament to Coach Rick O'Neal. This is 20th year being here at Spring Hill, and his team showed that.
Right.
Showed his continence. You see the long-range bomb in your face right there. Just a great game. Showed a good game with Coach Rick O'Neal. I really love the way his countenance was, his demeanor, and his team took on that same demeanor with him. Now, before we get to this commercial, I got to send out to Miss McKenzie and the Spring Hill Boosters Club. I got to say thank you for the hospitality that they've shown us here. Great hospitality room.
Good hot dogs.
We appreciate it. Great
chili dogs.
Yes. Ooh. All right. And we'll be right back. We're getting ready for our championship game, and we'll take it to commercial.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare young people in Kansas for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Across America, the NFL and United Way are inspiring kids to get healthy and more active. Join the Play 60 movement. Pledge to Play 60 today at liveunited.org.